Family Talk Podcast, episode 52. I do have a special guest in the building. I'm going to let her kind of explain her story. This is the first time we've actually personally met. This is her first podcast as well, so we got the exclusive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you could just kind of like talk about yourself, tell the people about you.
All right, I'm Shanita. I'm a photographer of Levon Studio Photography. I'm also a mother of 6. I'm an entrepreneur. I also run a rental business with Throne Chair Rentals. So if you're looking to celebrate and you want to celebrate in style, hit me up. And I enjoy fitness, being positive every day. I always look at the positive before the negative. And my who I am continues to expand every day. Every day I learn something new about myself. So
I feel that. So what got you into doing like photographing and events and then throne chairs? I didn't even know that was like its own category.
Okay, so photography first. So, I always liked taking pictures, and since I was little, I always wanted to play around with Polaroid cameras. But, I got older, and I just wanted to start a business. So I invested in the business, and my business was event planning. And when I was event planner, I wanted to take pictures of my work. I knew I loved to take pictures. So I took pictures to show my work, and people wondered who the photographer was. So eventually I had to make up a price, and I consistently took pictures, and I accidentally became a photographer. So here I am. And with the throne chair business, it was the same thing. I'm like, I need another passive income, something that's going to continue to flow. So I was like, what can I invest in? And I happened to meet a guy in Georgetown, and he was like, hey, I sell throne chairs, and So I was like, I got you. I made the money, and I invested in throne chairs, and I'm consistent with that now. And they're both moving together, so
awesome.
Here we are.
Awesome. When you do weddings and different types of events and things like
Portraits, that weddings, events, whatever you want, I got it. And if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to figure it out.
Before you get there.
Yes, sir.
For sure. You said mother of 6.
Yes, mother of 6.
How do we get there?
Oh, man. Tequila. Nah, that's the truth. But yeah. So I don't even know how to explain it. I had 3. And then I was done. Then I had 3 more. Oh, wow. So I have a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, an 8-year-old, and then 5 3-year-olds. Wow. They're going to be 5. They're going to be in pre-K. Kindergarten next year.
Wow. 3
kindergartners.
Wow.
Yes.
How do you manage that?
Man, every day you got to prioritize your day or your week. Like you have to get up just like you get up for a job. And they teach you in the NICU when you have multiples how to deal with multiples. So once you're consistent in that, it's like working in manufacturing where you start off trying to figure it out, then it's just easy. So every day it's just easy.
So they give like, if you do have like, I guess, multiple children at the same time, they give you some kind of like education.
Mm-hmm. They let you know, no, he's not hungry or she's not. Every 2 hours, feed him. Every 2 hours, change him. So you have to stick with that. And then you gradually learn as they grow to just continue to stick with like certain routines. You have to have a routine.
I would imagine.
Or you're going to go nuts because I stopped my routine trying to go get depressed. I can't get depressed. Everything will be effed up. Everybody's life, so you got to stay focused.
For sure. And, well, not for sure. I have no idea. I can't even say that I can imagine.
But yeah.
So in regards to like photographing and like doing events and things like that, what is like, I would say just on the business half, I know like, of course, dealing with family and things like that, like there's always schedule conflicts, but like, what's the hardest thing about doing the photography, and whether it be a client or whether it be just overall being frustrated that day, like I don't want to take pictures today?
I never feel that, but you always want, a lot of people in business always want their business to start flowing and moving fast. But when that happens, you're not ready for it. So you got to be prepared. You're going to fail a lot of people because you're learning. So, or sometimes when you're just so busy, like you're tired the next day, so you might run late. It's just like an actual job, so you got to keep learning. But once I get in there, I love it. I'm having fun. I'm really getting paid to party. Like, you're inviting me to your weddings. It's free food here, free food at this event. In the portraits, I offer food sometime in the studio, so we're eating and having drinks there. So
that's lit.
It's fun. That's what I say. It's fun to me. I never have an issue. It's just the issues come when I get too busy and I got the family. So I'm like, oh, I got to do this. I need a babysitter. I got to go shoot to another state, but they're paying this amount. Somebody please babysit. So that's the hard part.
And you currently have a studio here in Austin, or is that something like where do you shoot at, or is it just?
So I had a studio before, but due to the increase in everything in this world, in the economy, you know, I shoot at Waveform now. So when you book the studio, I book off their availability. So it's really convenient what they have. They have like, you can pay like what, $100 for 3 hours or 4 hours, and then you can just book your clients in between that time. So take advantage of what's available. That's what I did.
Cool.
And it's easy. They have everything for you set up.
Like
you just
whole
walk
like
in.
props and stuff.
Yeah, just
That's already
imagine
there?
walking in, everything's set up, and all you have to do is snap. So
I
got
want to get to
time.
that point one day.
Yes, you can. So you can do it yourself, or you can find it. It's already there. It's somewhere. You just got to find it.
Yeah, facts. Mm-hmm. It could be here one day. Who knows?
Who knows? Oh my God.
So you're from Austin,
Yes.
51st
Austin,
Street.
Texas, 51st Street. Look, I'm gonna get gangster. We gotta keep it calm. Hallelujah.
What high school did you go to? How did you get to this point?
So I went to Wait, no, that's the last high school I went to. Actually, I went to Hendrickson High School in Pflugerville. That was my first high school. We were the first ninth graders there when they first built the building.
Damn,
and
I'm
I
like
stayed
08?
there. Yes, I stayed there to 10th grade, and in 11th grade, I came back to Austin, to the city limits. Introduced back to the ghetto. Back to the ghetto. I had to learn how to fight.
Yikes.
Yes, sir.
I went to Pflugerville High School.
Pflugerville High School.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was at y'all school too. The games, because I was in STEP, so we had our STEP shows there too.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I went to Austin Ken Academy because as soon as I moved back here, I got pregnant early, and that was like a charter school for bad kids.
Yeah, you was bad.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I was a pastor kid, you know. We do things. But anyway, yeah, I went to Austin Ken Academy, and I got my life back together because I dropped out for 6 months, and I was like, I got to do something, man. This is not the life. I'm going to be out here tripping. So I went to put myself in school, actually. It was, I put myself in McCallum and got through and graduated.
What year you graduated?
2007? It's so long ago.
So long ago.
2007. Yes, McCallum. So I guess I'm a Hawk Knight.
Kind of.
I'm like half and half, so those are my schools. Austin Ken don't count, sorry.
No, it counts.
Well,
They didn't
I had
have
to
no
learn how to
mascot.
fight there. That's right about Boogie T. Boy, I remember they was like, what's your hood? And I was like, I'm like, well, I don't know what they want me to say. I didn't get it. So I'm like, well, I'm graduating in 07. So I was like, 07.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, and some girl was like, well, I'm from 02. I was like, oh, hell no, I gotta run. You gotta run. So yeah, man, here we are.
It was bad when people in Pflugerville were starting to say, like, they're from 6-0.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was just following the crowd. Like, all right. In Pflugerville, that's what we do. We used to be like, 07 at the pep rallies. 06, you do your year, you graduate. When I moved to this side, I was like, oh, it's the street you grew up on. But I didn't know what street I grew up on. So I'm like, hell, which one do I say to not get beat up? So yeah, had to learn how to fight.
Yikes.
Yes, sir. But when I learned, it was over.
It was over?
It was over. Yep.
So for you, with the photography thing, and I know I talked about or asked about like clients and things like that. Is there have you ever dealt with like a situation where you're just like, nah, I'm not ever helping or doing this again?
I would say that with graphic designs, because I tried that too. I'll try anything because I'll study anything, and if I do good at it, I'll keep learning and stick with it. So I started off, I didn't even mention that, but I started off with photography and graphic designing, because I did go to school for graphic designing, but I ended up getting pregnant with triplets, and I just dropped out. So
As you probably maybe should. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just
it was very
imagine
difficult. I couldn't
bringing
handle
3
it.
children in
Yeah,
at the same time.
I couldn't do none of it. So yeah, but I learned a little bit. So I was just testing it out. But I dealt with a lot of customers who, for videography too, right now, where they just consistently they don't know how much time you put in it. They see you coming to shoot and they're paying you for that,
Yeah.
but they don't know the time behind it. So you can spend 20 hours working on something and they like, I don't like this. And sometimes you might accidentally delete something. You got to start those whole 20 hours again.
Been
and I was
there.
like, this is so time consuming. Like, I'm done with this. I don't want to do videography and I don't want to do graphic designing no more. But photography, I'll stick with it.
So you don't do any like videos and things like that, like tributes?
I do, but it's favoritism. I ain't gonna lie. It's favoritism. Who, if I like you, then I might. But other than that, I don't want to do it. I have a videographer that has a passion for it, and I'm working with him and African. So, hit him up. And whenever anybody who wants video services, I refer them to him. And he does my video services and content for me.
Dope. Is that like, do you like pay him like a certain price, or is it like anything you do, he got you?
Yeah, so when you book on my website, it actually, it'll go, it comes to me, but I pay him every time he comes out. So it works that way.
Dope. And we got the exclusive, guys. Like we have her first podcast.
Yes, first for everything.
We'll have her back on eventually.
Yes.
Like tomorrow, just kidding. But yeah, I'm just excited to have you on. I know we spoke a couple of days ago, and you're just excited about what you do. So, what joy does it bring you when you're in these moments to where you're like, wow, like they're getting married, like whether it be just like family photos and things like that. Like we have seen a ton of photos on your page, and just like, does that bring? I know you get the party, right? But like, what about the joy?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing in photography. Like, you get the different personalities, and I'm learning that I can work with different personalities, with the grumpy person, the nice person, the sad person, the stuck-up person. I can easily, like, bring the joy into that person. So that's really good in photography. And then another big thing is, well, with working with photography, where I'm like, wow, within myself. When I find myself in a room where I'm just always just being me, and then later on I know who the people really are, their titles. Like, oh, I was just talking to the mayor. Man, we just took a shot together. Like, I didn't even know. But, you just living, you're not focusing. Those people get on my nerves, by the way. Well, the people who look for titles, I'm like, oh my God, this person.
I have to act a certain way around this person versus just
I never
yourself.
think like that. I always think people are people. I never put a pedestal on anyone, whether if you're the mayor, the pastor, the leader of so-and-so business. I still look at you as a person. Everybody has different personalities, and then you just learn how to work with people. So you're still a person.
For sure. I definitely keep that same kind of mindset, honestly,
You
because
should.
like no matter who comes on this podcast, no matter what you've already accomplished, like we're all even playing here. Let's just talk.
We're all people. We all have feelings, and we all have issues.
Facts. Everyone has issues.
Some's bigger than others. But some people got bigger money than others. So.
Hey, I like to tell people this all the time. Like, hey, whatever you're going through, imagine if you were in a room with 10 strangers and they put all their problems in a bucket. I promise you're going to wish you got yours.
Right. That's always, somebody always has it worse. But I try not to think that way, because people say I don't have enough empathy. But I learned it working at call centers. I went through so many seminars to learn empathy. I think I got it down a little bit.
Just a little bit?
But I'm always so tough because I've been through so much. I'm like, dude, what are you crying for? Like my daughter yesterday, I came home. She was crying because DoorDash didn't bring her food.
Yikes.
I cooked dinner. You could have ate. You decided to go get DoorDash, so that was God telling you should have ate, okay? I don't want to hear the crying. Didn't nobody tell you to do that. So, yep.
With you being in this, I guess, area for as long as you have, what is the biggest differences that you kind of feel just as an individual, right? Like you grew up here, grew up around here. Like, what are the biggest differences?
Like in Austin?
In Austin, Pflugerville, Round Rock, Georgetown, Central. I guess we're not really Central Texas. I grew up believing that Austin was Central Texas. We're not really in the center, technically, right? I think.
Well, we are central. We're the central. Austin is. Well,
I mean, Dallas and Houston is really more central than we are, technically. Right?
they're moving faster. I don't know. We're the capital. So if we're the capital, we're the central. I don't know.
I would easily vote
me
to
how
have
that
Dallas
works.
be the capital versus us.
Yeah. That people think that anyway. Nobody knows about Austin. Like, we're the capital, really? But yeah.
It's the same thing with Sacramento in California. Sacramento's the
Right.
the
And everyone
capital.
just knows Cali. That's right. It's popularity. Overrules.
Yeah, but as far as growth, like what have you seen? And like, let's name some things that you don't like a part of the growth. Like originally you were doing this consistently, and now with the growth, it's brought this in.
In photography, my business, right? Now we're talking
Everything, life, photography.
life. I have to single it out. That's gonna be a hard one to sum it up. In my business, I feel like the bigger you grow, the more like focused you gotta become, because mistakes are gonna hit bigger because people see money and they just feel like, oh, they come attack when they don't know like the balances you have. And then like in Texas, I don't know, I like the growth. It's more diverse to me. Like when I moved to Killeen for like 3 years and I came back and I was like, man, I ain't never seen so many people skateboarding in the hood. Like they skateboarding in groups, and they couldn't do that back in the day. They get robbed. So
Get robbed, get called
yeah,
out.
I seen people
name.
get knocked out, robbed just for looking good with sunglasses. They think you got something. So I'm just like, oh, everybody's just comfortable. So I like I don't know. I like it. There's nothing wrong with it with me. We need diversity because it's a lot of people, a lot of our people who are intimidated when they get around other races. Because I bring some of my friends some places and they're so uncomfortable. And I'm like, dude, why are you uncomfortable? Like, this is still a person. They just have a different skin color. Like, you got to stick your chest out. Let them know.
Although I was very uncomfortable, I went to the Georgetown graduation.
Yeah.
It was yeah. Like I'd be around white folks. I've never been around that many white folks.
Right? It'll be that way. Hey, I learned to work the clock as soon as I walk in, and they love it. It's like, okay. I did a wedding like that once, and sometimes you'll get the little race comments here and there. I think one wedding I shot, it was a European wedding, my only one that I have. You hit a little comment, so they want to make you do stuff, like being funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make you work harder, like, come on, come do this, do that. I'm like, hey.
What we not about to do.
Yeah. I'm still a little crazy, you know? I'm just being professional. Don't forget that. So, yeah. But, yeah, I balance out everything, and life is great. So, people out there with, like, I call it small situations. There's somebody out there right now with, like, 1 or 2 children, stressed out, ready to commit suicide, hurt somebody, hurt themselves, but, like, it gets better. Like, you just got to focus and do it and be consistent, and then stop being so weak. But, you know, keep going every day. Just keep going.
Yeah, for sure. The like, just every day doing the best you can. Like, you don't have to be 10 for 10 every day.
10 for 10. You got to control it. At the end of the day, we all going to leave the same way. So if you mad right now, what are you mad for? You could die tomorrow, and you was mad today. So no matter what's going on, I just wake up with the energy like a new day. Let's go. Yesterday issues is yesterday issues. What did you do about it yesterday? Nothing. Right. Do something about it today. Keep going.
Facts. So, are you a big like food person?
Oh man, yeah. That's something I want to start doing. I had a YouTube channel with the kids, but they be stressing me out. They be messing stuff up. So I'm gonna do it for myself. With my best friend, actually, we were thinking, I don't know if I want to, I'm still everywhere because I'm still expanding. So I don't know if I want to do skits because I like acting and I want to have fun doing little comedy skits because I think I'm funny. Well, people think I'm funny, so now that I know I'm funny. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do skits or go to different restaurants because right now, me and my best friend, we meet up once or twice a week and we go eat somewhere different. Sometimes she pick it or I pick it. And we was like, it'll be cool if we record this, we can promote the business that we're eating at, and we can just eat good food, and we're both funny. So when we're together, people be like, oh my God, who are you? You're so full of life. Like, you're so funny. So I was like, we should record ourselves. That'll be awesome.
Logistically, it's very difficult. Like, I've tried to like dab into that. Like,
I've run into a lot of things. But yeah, I already know. I tried it with editing, but I was good at it when I had the triplets because I had a lot of time on my hand. I was a stay-at-home mom for 3 years. So I had enough time to like edit and play around and learn new things. But now it's like, yeah, I'm stressed out. We'll worry about this later. But yeah, I had a YouTube channel before when they were first born. So my whole delivery is on YouTube right now.
Like from start to, like of course not start because
start. From start. From contractions to them pulling them out, to them crawling, to them when they started to walk, and then I stopped the channel. But yeah, That's something I started. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm gonna keep going. Whatever God decides. I'm creative. I'm just letting Him pull me, and I'm going. So, yes, sir.
Dope. What?
I'll be like her when I grow up.
You can do it.
I don't know if I can handle person
Uh-huh.
6
Ew.
kids, but everything else I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, I guess God it's true. He gives you what you can handle. 'Cause some people, I'd be like, girl, why is you stressing? Like, get up. What is wrong with you?
Me with one kid? I'm like, what? Excuse me?
Yeah, I know some people with one kid just stressed out. I'm like, you got to take control. I'm trying to figure it all out, but I want to come up with something to teach people to take control of every situation. Even when someone's screaming at you, yelling, you got to learn how to stop and just take control of the situation. Think about it before you do it, because a lot of people don't think. But yeah, I want to say something. When you called me yesterday, you said
Day before yesterday.
Day before, one of those things.
You have 6 kids. I don't care what day it was.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
yesterday. It was today.
That day. You told me, you was like, I know who I am, but you was like, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, dang, you know what? A lot of people don't know who they are. And I told my friend that. I asked her, and she was like, she kept saying, what you say? Like, she heard what I said.
Yeah.
Who are you? You're trying to think about it. Who are you? So I was like, I'm going to try that on people. That's like a psychological thing that kind of give people brain farts. So I tried it on the waitress yesterday. We went out to eat. Yesterday was one of the days we went out to eat at a wing place. So when the waiter came, I said, hey, can I ask you a question? She was like, huh? I was like, who are you? She's like, huh? I was like, who are you? You got to say it twice. Just test it out. You know that? Okay, you got to say it twice. So I said, who are you? And she was like, I don't know. You're going to make me cry. My boyfriend just broke up with me. I said, but that's not who you are. Like, you're talking about your breakup right now. That's something that you're going through and you're making that your identity. Who are you? And she was like, I cannot answer that. She started turning all red. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you time. Go to the back, think about it, and bring the check back and come back and tell me who you are. She came back full of life. My name is so-and-so. I like the kayak and bicycle. I like fitness. It was like she was letting it out. And she said, thank you. I don't think about myself.
And
Thank you for giving me that.
That's a common question. Like when I meet people for the first time, I usually give them that question.
That's good. That's
a lot of
good.
people really don't know who they are. They know what they do.
That.
People know what they do. They can tell you exactly what they do. I make this much money. I work for this job. I do this. I do that. Who are you?
Yep. That really matters. Once you learn that, you're going to walk in confidence. Once you know who
Facts.
you are and your capabilities, you're going to walk in confidence.
You have to be honest with yourself. Like, regardless of what you are, who you are, what you've been through, like, say it.
No, really.
Just literally say it.
Walk in it. Talk like it.
Believe it. Like, a lot of people try to hide who they are. And I think that's where the miscommunication between males and females and just people in general, like country, like everything is just a miscommunication because no one wants to say exactly what they are.
That's a good question. And you guys use that on your next date. Make sure they know who they are.
You?
Y'all got to be in another bad relationship. Trust me.
Because that is a simple question. Because if you ask it and the person that you're asking it to, if it's someone that really matters to you, like they're not going to be able to answer it because they want to answer to what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what you want them to be. Like,
Yeah,
no,
like
who are you?
I'm a good woman. I'm this, and this, but I didn't ask that.
Hey,
I asked who you are.
What titles? And it'll kind of make a person push them into a purpose or their passion or whatever.
Yeah, you can become a character of yourself. I think that.
Shoot, most people are. They just go to work every day. They do their same routine every day. Go to sleep, just like a cartoon. Just wake up.
Exactly. That's something I try. Like I work from home, and like it's hard to even like do this. But like I keep that same kind of mindset of just like, yo, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? And then consistently having people tell me, yo, Calvin, like you're doing what you're supposed to do. Like you have that energy backing you. So a lot of people don't, and it sucks. But like you still have to still ask that question.
Right. That's good.
And I'm glad you took that from that conversation because it's probably like a 20-minute
conversation.
It's kind
of fun now. Let me keep intimidating people. Like, who are you? Who are you?
It's not even like a who are you status wise. It's just like who are you? Like you get the opportunity to be as unique as you want to be.
That's right.
Right? You get the opportunity, but if you want to continuously being like compared or meshed in with what media is telling you should be, then you're never gonna get to know that answer.
Never.
And like you said, like it could be over the next day, and you never got to know who you were. And the people who love you and mourn you never knew who you really were because you were just being a character of yourself every day.
Right. Never knew your capabilities. But some people, it'll just get them off track.
Exactly.
They'll be doing something completely what they're not supposed to be doing.
And that's why I miss old social media. I felt like back in I don't even know the date. When was MySpace? It was just vibes and
early
coding.
2000s.
You know, now everyone needs to look, act, and show up to be something they're not.
I think now filters has made a lot of people more insecure with themselves. Like I watch big people, I would say they big because they got big money. But like celebrities and stuff, when they go live, they always need a filter. The filter be looking messed up, by the way. You can see the eyelash all the way up here moving around. Like, can you see that? We can see that. Your eyes is not on your face. Like, come on. So I think it's made a lot of people uncomfortable to where when they want to go somewhere, they got to throw on makeup or they got to put on all this. It's like, because this is who I am now. No, this is not who you is.
Phoniness.
I had to train myself to put my regular camera on and talk like, this is you right here. That's not you. Okay, it's a big difference.
People are phonies.
Yeah.
I tell her, me and Robin have conversations all the time. Like I say all the time, people are phony. Like people are legit phony. Like, and every person has a level of phoniness to them, right? You're not going to show them everything all the time,
right?
But it's like, what are you like? Who are you showing it off for? Like I don't get it. Like I mean I love people doing whatever they want to make them feel however they need to, but if we just kind of like pressed,
I
like
think it's for their self because remember, it's like a cartoon. You want to be this image. This is what the world's saying you should look like, act like, talk like. So this is what you're doing. Basically, you're a sheep, if you really want to call it. You got some leaders, you got sheep. You got some people that's gonna die sheep, but you got to get out of it. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think
some people accidentally. Some people just don't know yet. They might not know.
People have never seen I think that's a long time ago. I would say in the 90s, a long time ago. I think that like people got some kind of version or vision of themselves at that point, and that's what they grew into. I think now like people are showing absolutely abstract versions of themselves. Like they are showing the character of themselves, and it's media influence. It's I'm an influencer. I'm a whatever. Like I need to get my body down, whatever the case may be. Right. And people think that's real life, and it's not.
Nope. It's a whole different ball game. You got to figure it out every day.
Every day.
Yep.
People don't want to do that, so yeah.
Nope.
Sucks. But your time in Pflugerville at Hendrickson, so you were the first class? Or the first graduating class?
No, well, I mean, if I stayed, I would have been the first graduating class. But I think for 2 years, they only had 9th and 10th grade. But when I first started, the first 6 months, it was just 9th graders. We had the whole school to ourselves. I took pool, everything I can do. I had enough room to do it. I did pool classes. I did golf. I did a bunch of weird stuff because I'm just spontaneous. So I played like every sport, and I figured out where I was safe at, and that was cheerleading. Everything else, I got fired. So yeah.
I thought it was weird. Like I mean, like the old like central area, like anywhere from like let's say Georgetown all the way up to like Buda. Like schools started popping up everywhere because I remember when I was in school, Cedar Ridge had popped up and they had their first class of like 9th graders. It was just 9th graders or whatever, and then they had the first graduating class maybe 2 years after me. But
yeah, it keeps growing.
It is growing.
It looks different over there now. I was like, man, I remember when I went here, it was just a cornfield. We were surrounded by. You couldn't skip. If you can skip now and go to McDonald's and stuff, but back then you got to go through a field, and this is too much
work. The
work.
Henderson area, right?
Yeah.
Right. They have mad places to eat.
Now they do.
It was literally nothing to eat.
Yeah, they didn't have nothing, and the walk
Off
home
campus
was 45 minutes.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was real busy. Real nothing there. We had cows. We still had cows down the street and stuff. So yeah.
Do you know Hendrickson High School was modeled after a prison? Like that was supposed to be a prison.
What? It didn't look like it.
I mean, prisons look like schools for a reason. Yeah, you know, like doors with caged windows. You know how to like funnel kids to a certain place.
We sure did have a bunch of hallways. I was bad, so I don't know. Well, I wasn't bad. We're gonna say I had behavior. Why did I have behavior issues? There's a reason why I had behavior issues. So, yeah. I was like, bad, good. I'll listen to you, but I'll still want to do my own thing. And then you got to talk to me, and then I'll get it. I did not understand. But yeah.
What's your furthest trip outside of the city? Like, how far have you been? Like, what have you done?
First time it was Florida. I kind of, when everywhere I go, I always promote and go to business and pass my cards out. Just walk into places and say who I am, give them a business card. And I got my first gig for a Nigerian restaurant. And then I just got my second gig. I did last weekend. I went to Los Angeles, California, and that was for a birthday party. And stay tuned because they invited me back for the next birthday party in Arizona. Oh, yeah. So I'm just going to keep going. And just like I'm consistent in everything else, I'm going to learn from what I need to do with those. And then I'll have a travel package so where I can travel. So I'm just keep moving. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. My camera's like a magnet. It's just taking me places. And I'm going with it. I'm in my Uber. I don't know.
What style camera do you use? Or do you use multiple?
I'm a Canon person. I tried Sony, the mirrorless. It's like just not for me. I'm just learned. It's like a video game where you just learn how to use it so I can naturally do it. Learning something new, it'll have to take time, and I'm really going to have to learn it. So I'm just sticking with what I know, basically. But I only use Canon. I tried Sony. I didn't like it. I tried to shoot a wedding with it. Another photographer let me borrow his. And yeah, it didn't work out. I didn't like none of the pictures. I couldn't really see the image and the quality. I could see it on my big DSLR, but I couldn't see it on his. So,
how do you get the photos to the customers? Like, do you have like a drive that you set up, or?
I use a system so where I load the pictures, they're able to pick their proofs, they're able to print because I don't print. I try to make my life easier. So if you want to print, you can print through the services through the third party that I use. They can favorite their photos, and then when they do that, it sends me a link to the pictures I need to edit, and it makes it easier for me. So,
okay,
I use a book system.
So what's the hardest thing about like communication between your clients and things like that? Is it just like a phone call, text message, email? Like, how do you?
I go with the flow. So first I had to learn to navigate everybody to one location. So I had to get a website or I was going to be overwhelmed. The busier you get, you got to make it easier for you. So you got to learn how to function. So I was like, all right, on my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Facebook, any Twitter, whatever I'm using, I got to direct everyone to one place to make it easier for me to download. Mm-hmm. You get it? It's a tree. So you see the tree? I tried to make it. But yeah, so I almost lost my train of thought. So I have everyone go to my website, and from my website, once they book, I'll email them or I'll chat them and send them the session details. And then after that, I take the pictures. You already know because I gave you the session details. Then I send you the link with all your pictures. You favorite your favorite pictures, however many edits I said you can get. That's how many pictures you favorite. It'll send me a link to send the downloads, and in 7 days, I'll send it back. It's in the same folder, and you can use that folder throughout your whole time expansion with Levon Studio. The pictures never get deleted, so they stay there.
Oh, that's lit.
You can always go back and print, and each time, people be like, you should print. When they print, it'll send the funds each time. It'll send like a little small fee to the company, and then the rest to me, so it works.
So we talked about a lot of work, a lot of family. Mm-hmm. What do you do, like personally, to relax, chill?
That's my issue. I don't relax. So I had to learn to relax because then I started I didn't even know what anxiety was, but I just knew I used to always get a feeling where I'm so overwhelmed to where I can't breathe. Or sometimes if I'm driving and I'm thinking too much, my freaking hands and legs are shaking.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that was anxiety until I had an attack. And I was like, oh, I have anxiety? I never knew that. I just thought I was just weird, like weird
felt a little
nerve
fuzzy.
Problems. Yeah. So what I do, I like to exercise. That kind of gets my brain like settled. Like the same thing coffee does to you. That's what working out does because I do it so much. So I have to get up and get some coffee, like go run or do some type of exercise to get my brain focus. Mm-hmm. And sleep. I like to sleep if I ain't going nowhere. Or I'll get away, take a trip every now and then. Like instead of the same money you spend when you going out popping bottles or whatever, it's the same amount of money you spend to travel, really. So
We just had someone on a couple days ago who was saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's how it is. So I'll take a trip, and those trips is like rejuvenating. You like coming like refreshed. Like when I go out, it's not a lot of partying. Whenever I go to another state, it's just relaxing, enjoying the scenery, enjoying some good food. Go to a museum, do something different. Go to some type of something they have there that we don't have here. So, yeah, and that
Basically
always
everything.
makes me better. But when I'm here, I'm on the go. Like every day, I prioritize my day to where I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that. This is my downtime. On my downtime, like those little 45 minutes lunches we get, those are my times where I got to take a nap. I got to rest and get my mind together and like rest my mind. Then after that, it's back to busy. I work a 9 to 5. While I'm at work, I got my computers, call center, 9 to 5, working from home. Then I have my editing computer in front of me.
So you have it separate completely.
Yeah, but it's right next to each other. So I'm like, hello, thank you for calling me. I'm editing pictures, and I was like, hold on. No. Like, I'm really working. So I feel like the 8 hours I'm putting in at this job, I'm sitting in those same 8 hours in my business. So that keeps me focused every morning. I'm posting content, posting pictures, motivating, because I'm right there, and I made sure it's right there to keep me focused. Because it used to be on the other side of the room, and I didn't worry about it until the day is over, because I got to go way over there back. So it's convenient.
That's dope because that's the same thing with me. Like when I get up for work, because I work from home as well, and I'm like, I get to work on like the pod. Like I get to just kind of focus on that and also still work, but keep it separate. So it always feels good when it's like the middle of the day and you just really completed a whole episode or you completed a whole project and you still, of course, are going to work, but like just having that energy, like about your own personal thing that kind of pushes you through the rest of the day.
Yep, and each day I always feel like, what can I fix today? What's the issue that I have in my business that's got my customers like, oh, where's this? Or I don't know how to book this. This is confusing. Or also, I'll always go to my website, take a look at it. I'm like, okay, let me add this. Let me make sure my number and the year at the bottom is correct. Let me make sure my phone number is correct on there, or make it easier for them. So each day, fix something. In my life or in my business, one of those.
Just depends on the day.
Yep. I know when I need to slow down because sometimes the money be coming and I'll be like, hey, let's party, let's go somewhere. Then I was like, all right, I've been partying too much. Like, it's been all week. You got to slow down. So that's what I'm good at, discipline. And I know when I'm doing too much. And I was like, all right, slow down and get focused. Like, I can't go nowhere, guys. Got to stay home. But yeah, I still got it. I can still do it. Most people are like, I'm old, I can't do it. I can still do it. But I don't want to do it. Got to stay focused. Yeah.
So I guess food here in Austin, like what are your go-to places like that you have to visit at least every 2 weeks or if not the same week?
You need some. I need to go out some more because everyone's bland to me. But like I love Papacitos, the bacon wrap shrimp because I love shrimp. Who else? I don't like no one else. I forgot the name of it. TJ's or something like that. They have one in the Arboretum and then downtown.
TJ's.
Or ZJ's. It start with the Z? Ztega? Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
It's
search, look
somewhere.
it up.
I hate when that happens. See? Look, guys, a narcissist, don't ever date a narcissist.
Uh-oh.
I know when I meet narcissists because they're like, where you at? Answer the phone. Like, I have a life. I'm busy.
Yikes.
I'll call you back later. People are crazy. Okay, back to what we were talking about. TJ's. Ooh.
TJ's. It's in the Domain?
Arboretum.
Oh, on the other side.
I mean, I'm probably saying it
You have to
wrong.
put ice in it.
I know I'm saying it wrong.
The Arboretum, or the I always feel like there's two parts to it, but it's really not. It's only just one thing. The Arbor Walk.
This is the one I was talking about. How do you say that?
Tejas?
Yes, that one. What I say, TJ's. I just remember there was a Z and a T. Hey, when I went in and I didn't even know what the place I was going into. I just was like, I was working.
Z Tejas.
Yeah, so how I find restaurants, I want to get away because I cannot. Now I can focus at home, but when the triplets was little, I could not focus. So I had to go somewhere. I'll find different coffee shops. But for some reason, the coffee shops I find, they'll be quiet for a little bit, and then they get jumping, and it's too loud.
You ever been to Monkey Nest?
Monkey Nest?
Off of
Monkey Nest. No, I never heard of it. I'm going to try it out. But I like finding little hole-in-the-wall coffee shops with Wi-Fi, and then that'll be where I go to edit. And then that restaurant was empty one time. So I walked in with my computer, and I was like, I was actually leaving a photo shoot, and I was like, I can get some editing done here. Do y'all got Wi-Fi? Boom, I walked in, and their food was amazing. So I was editing outside, and they had a good view with the rocks and the grass and the trees and the hills. So I was like, this is the perfect place to, you can chill and edit, have meetings, and eat some good food.
I've never been a cafe or like a early morning place. I did try this one place called, it's off of Metric, Cafe Java.
Oh yeah, they have good food too, but it's closed in. It's so dark. I like light. Let some light in. It's depressing in here. So, and then everyone's just so close together, but they have delicious food.
I've never tried their food. I've just been there. I've never actually ate there before.
I like Kick Butt Coffee only because they have like poetry and different things. So Kick Butt Coffee always have like different fun things going on, bands. And it's another one I just found in East Austin by Givens. You'll be surprised because that's like a more, our people area.
Just say what it is. It's
like black
Givens.
People,
Yeah, it's Givens is it's stressful. Okay. It's stressful over there.
Yeah, but the whole coffee shop was like
I haven't been over
diverse.
there in a long time. Is it like gentrified yet? Like is it that? It's that? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Then I'll go.
It's changing.
Sure. It's definitely
changing,
tough over there.
Yeah.
Millennium, is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Okay.
Still ghetto, but it's still a thing. If you want a cheap party, go there. But yeah, some things might not be working, but you'll be all right. Your skate might break on you.
The bowling ball might have two holes, not three.
Yes. I feel like in a business, you got to keep moving forward. Don't get comfortable. When you get comfortable, that's comfortable. You just like gave up. Like, we got these machines. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep running the business. We ain't going to never get nothing new. We're just going to keep going. All the scratches, just put some nail polish over it. It'll be all right. Go put a board and spray paint it. You good. You run your business like that, your business is going to be ghetto. Sorry.
Thanks.
Whoop. But yeah, I knew I loved photography and I had a passion for it when I started crying when I was late for a photo shoot. Like, I booked too many shoots and I was like, hold on. This is when I knew I had to create a system to download like in one spot. I was like, but I didn't know this. I'm sorry. You paid me. Oh, I'm going crazy. Ooh, I'm just going to cry. And then I was like, all right, get back up. Even though you're crying, you still got to go to your photo shoot. Just fix it. Hey, I'm going to be 30 minutes late. I forgot about you, honestly. Be honest. So, I'll be there in a minute. Do you still want to shoot or do you want a refund? Which one you want to do? So, let's go. So, yep.
Yeah, I think that, like, anytime you deal with a passion, regardless of what it is, you're going to go through that, like, overbooking stage. Like, you're going to go through that process where you're like, I'm free all the time. Because you're free all the time until you get the actual work. And you're just like, I got you Tuesday at 3. I got you Tuesday at 4. Not knowing that Tuesday at 3 going to take you 3.5. Hour and a half. And you got to drive till you don't count.
It'll surprise you and hop on you. And it's like, God dang it. And then sometimes you think you can remember things. Don't try to remember it. Because that's how you're going to forget. Like, people will book. I hate it when people try to book through your Cash App and book on your, like, through your social media. So they'll book and be like, hey, I sent you a Cash App. Or some people will talk to you about booking. Don't book. And then 3 weeks later, they send a cash deposit. Like, you just come in and like,
I booked
hey, I'm booked up, but thank you for the money. I kind of needed it. I'm going to have to pay you back because I can't make it. But thank you for the money.
Yikes.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep it and use it for a future shoot? What you want me to do? I'm ass. But yeah.
What was the most satisfying shoot you ever did? Like, one that made you maybe feel like, yo, this is why I do it.
This is why I do it. Oh, I mean, I have a few. Me making anyone, I'm trying to see when families come together that haven't been together in a while. But the one that I was like, oh, this is why I do it, is mostly for businesses. Even though I do a lot of portraits, I love it when a person is like insecure or self-conscious about themselves or their weight. And I'm just like, I'm going to make her feel real beautiful. Like, I got this. Or
you got the angles on deck.
Yeah, I'm going to figure this out. even if it's kind of hard. We're gonna figure it out. Then I'll show them when I finally get that shot, and just to see them like happy jumping around, and I'm like, oh, somebody record this, somebody record this. But it's like that's what I do it for. So just to keep going and keep pushing people towards their purpose, and keep going. And I'm not a jealous person. Usually when I do that, or like I can give you a story. I met a lady at HEB. She probably see this. Hey girl. Anyway, I met her at HEB, and sometimes it could be like a homeless person. It don't matter who it is. They could not have nothing, and I can look at them and be like, man, you look really nice, like taking photos. You look like you should be a model or something. They'll be like, oh, not me, I'm too old, or I'm ugly, look at my teeth. And I'm like, don't smile with your teeth until you get your teeth. But like, we're gonna figure it out. So I met her, and I was like, you should model. And she was like, no, I don't think I'm old enough, or it's not for me. And I was like, well, here's my card, call me, you're really pretty, and like your hair color is different. So I would like to capture you. So this is in Killeen. We met up. I did her photo shoot. I actually was practicing videography. So I also did a video shoot for her, and I bought smoke bombs. We had a lot of fun. And she posted the pictures, and then after that, like 6 photographers started contacting her. She started doing photo shoots for that year consistently. She got addicted to it. She got in 3 magazines. She kept going, and I'm like, girl, keep going. I could have been like, hey, that's my client. Sign this contract. But I'm like, I want you to keep going. This is what I do it for. I'm not jealous. If you decide to go here, keep going. More power to you. I did my part. That's it.
God, a lot of that has just resonated in the last few episodes of the podcast. Just like a lot of people I've been speaking to are just like, yo, like I did this because I wanted to. Like the gratification is the fact that you did it. Right. Not what happens after you did it.
Right.
A lot of times people will see what they've done for people and then just kind of ride that for a while. Like, yo, you wouldn't have been here without me, but you wouldn't have been here without them. So
loosen up.
Like, that's crazy.
Yep. So I did my part. I put a stamp on it. That's me. They know I took the first ones. You just keep going, but I'll never get jealous. But I've heard some stories of a lot of other people getting jealous. Sign this contract. These are my pictures. So
I don't even know if it's jealousy. I think it's personal insecurity. Like
yeah.
not knowing or not being comfortable with someone profiting, I guess, off your idea. Like, I don't know. Like, if you really like what you do, you're going to do it.
Yeah, I think everyone has, even if you're doing the same thing, like, they're booking on your creativity. So we can all do makeup. We can all be photographers, but your editing might be better than mine, but your experience suck. Like, you can pose the subject. You're not really paying attention to details, so you just know how to edit and you go fix it. Well, with me, it's like I'm more creative. I'm bubbly. I set the scene. When you come in, the music's already playing. The snacks is already there. I'm leading you in with, shoot, you want the mimosa, get comfortable. We're here to have fun.
Absolutely.
We're here to, it's not just a photo shoot. I want you to walk in like, hey, make it natural. So it's an experience. And I know I see some stylists and they do the same thing, but some people make it an experience. When you come in, they have the music, they have fruits and vegetables for your hair. It's like you're getting a different experience. So I'm a book with that, even though you're better at it. So
that's what it really comes down to. It's not really a competition. It's more of a atmosphere.
That's how I am. I won't go to no nail shop unless you got mimosas. So I'm going in, I'm like, what? Y'all don't have mimosas? I got to go somewhere else. I can't be here all day because you're going to be there like 3 hours. Like, give me something to focus on. I need a massage and a mimosa, okay? But yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry, Pastor. Yeah.
Dope. Like, and I really appreciate you coming on. Like, you are a person to get, like, in person.
That's good. That's good to know.
I'm glad this is your first podcast. Was there anything you wanted to plug or anything additional you wanted to talk about before we close up here?
I think we talk about everything. Have self-discipline. I think we talked about that. Just be disciplined. I said kind of prioritize your time, but just have a discipline with yourself and be consistent and shoot, every day, just keep getting better. Even if you fail. We all fail.
Everyone
I fail
fails.
every day. I'm
Same.
still trying to get into the alignment with my religion. That's hard, God. I'm trying to get there, but shoot, I still, I like to drink. Anyway, so yeah, but I'm good. I like to have fun And, everybody look at fun different. So
Facts.
whatever. I'm happy. Are you happy?
You want to plug your handles, like your Facebook and things like that?
Oh, wait, plug it in?
No, like say it.
Oh,
We're old. You're
I'm
old.
Shanita. You can follow me on Facebook. It's Shanita Ross, or you can follow me on my website. It has all the links there. www.lavonstudio.com. No, Lavon.com. Sorry. www.lavon.com. I just changed it. Sorry. Someone bought my domain, whoever you are.
Yikes.
Yeah, that sucks. You got to make sure you keep up with those subscriptions, or they'll steal your website. But yeah. So I'm Lavon.com. That's www.lavaugham.com.
Perfect. And again, thank you for coming on. Just
Thanks for having me.
one final little announcement. We are now available on Amazon Music for the podcast. So if you guys are
You can put a link over
Amazon
there. Hold on.
Music, I don't do that at all.
Oh, really?
No, fuck them links.
Put some music in there.
No, fuck all that.
Oh, okay.
But Amazon Music is now available for the Can We Talk podcast. This is episode 52. Thank you guys for listening.
Okay.
Goodbye, guys.